Hello everyone, this is Lolly and we're getting down to the wire on this December daily binder. And what do I mean is that I have a 2-page spread left for days 23 and 24, and then I have Christmas Day. So I'm already thinking now, I'm looking through the papers that I have left of all the ones I cut out. I have all these neutral ones here, cream color, and these are the rest of the other papers that I cut. Okay, so I wanted to end with this one. At least that was what I was thinking, because I started off with this one here. I thought it would be really cute to end up with that one on Christmas. And I'm thinking of a 2-page Christmas thing. Right now, sort of I'm envisioning these being attached like this going down into the page protector, and this hinging and flipping down over the top of it. Not sure how that's going to play out. So that's that's what's in my head right now. So I want to set those aside and look at what I have left is these. And the last page that I used on this side would be, it has all the colors, the red, the green, the blue. So I'm thinking this might be a good option for this side. Although, you know, anything could work. I love them all. I love the polka dot. I love the stripe. Those are always my favorites. I haven't really used much of this, if any. I've maybe used one. I don't know. So I know I'm just rambling, but it's kind of like saying goodbye to an old friend when you realize you only have so much time and you want to use all these things. So, you know, what can we do with these? We'll have to figure out something. So what I'm thinking with this is I've got this nice vertical stripe going in here. I'm thinking about doing some horizontal bands across here. And I've got this 6-inch paper pad that's got some cute little ones here that I could cut up and put a few, I'm thinking several belly bands across there. Usually when I have a belly band, there's only one of them. But if we do more than one, I think that would be really kind of an interesting twist on the thing. So let me see what we've got going on here. I'm not sure yet. This image just kind of got cut off in that it's only part of the design, so it's bugging me, and I'm going to chop that off. There. It's just not good enough. So I'm thinking of this as one band. And where to cut is always an experiment too, because you can cut anywhere above and below these lines. They work so well. But it's just too easy to constantly second guess ourselves, and there comes a point when we need to make a decision and run with it and say, that's what I'm going to do. Oh, I definitely want this red one in there. Well, let's try that so far. Okay, and I know this is 5.5 wide. So I'm kind of thinking of putting each of these belly bands across there instead of just the typical one or two. You know, I've never really seen more than one, come to think of it. I don't think I've ever done more than one on a project. So this will be one way to hold photos and journaling cards. So, and another option would be to actually mount this one like as a tiny pocket across the bottom, and then 2 belly bands. That's another thing to do it. So that I would just have a slight area there, and then these, but I'm also thinking that I could make these more interesting with the use of some of this ephemera. Now I have put more than just ephemera in here, as I've had little scraps that I was afraid of losing, or some of these cards that I have in the collection that I cut out or whatever. Well, this is the ephemera, so I like that. So some of these little scraps I've stuck in here. Season's greetings. What I was thinking of was putting something across the belly bands like this. And then I don't know if there's room for anything on the bottom. There's a belly band right there. I like that this is the little holly, and this has the big holly. And I like that this is blue, so either way, let's see what if I like something better. And these are naughty little tags that come off of there. Cedar Lake Candle Company. This is a little big, but it could go into one of the belly bands, which would be cute. That and this could. So we can use up more of our ephemera pieces. Trim the Tree would be a cute thing across there. It's this border around there doesn't seem to match with the rest of what's going on. Nice. Okay, Merry Christmas. I'm not sure. I think this should go on Christmas Day, but I'm not sure if it will work with the light blue color. May the lightness of the season warm your heart all year long. Well, if I use this one, that would work really well with that as well. I'm really not liking this. This border is, it seems to be the wrong color. Okay, so this is just an option. We'll lay that there. There's the Merry Christmas one. What else is in here? Love, laugh, and be thankful. And there's the 25th. Need to save that for sure. Peace on earth, goodwill to all. I like that this is brighter than this one, but it might be too bright because I have a lot of cream going on here. Okay, Winter Wonderland. I think we could use that on Christmas Day as well. I think I'm liking what I have here. Another nice and naughty thing here. I would like to have them all, the flags facing the same way instead of like this. That's weird. Okay, and I have some of these little teeny pieces here. Well, these go with the holly. Alrighty, okay. I am someone whose work pile gets built up right in this tight area around my project because I like everything so close. The question I need to know is whether to make this a belly band or a pocket. If I make it a belly band, that means I have to really cram all these in there. Which is doable. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. That on there first. I'm going to put this next to it so I see how much glue to put on here. Now there's a lot of tension going on these belly bands, so I'm putting 2 strips of glue there. In other words, a wide strip of glue. Okay, so now we've got all of those in there. And, you know, this glue dries pretty quickly. Let's see if I want to put any of these in here. I really like this one, Santa's Nice and Naughty List. Don't you think that needs a little bit of a ribbon, though, or something? That makes that so much nicer. Okay, so we got that. I don't know if I want this one in there or not. It is awfully tall, but I also need to realize that I'm going to be putting a journaling card, photos, or whatever in here. don't want to get it too busy. Let me see if I like this better by distressing it a little. I'm going to give it a lot of distressing. That works better. Okay, so we've got that side. Now we have this, and this is going to be Christmas Eve. Okay. I have a thought here. Let's see what else we've got in here. Some of the patterns in a book are too big. I really do love this. I'd had to really cut that down in my other page. And there's the little version of that. More of those. So, okay. I'm not sure, so let's just see if I like this. I really like this design, and I wish that there wasn't that hole in there. Okay, let me... And I think Christmas Eve is an important day too, and we tend to do more on Christmas Eve, and so... Okay, wait, this is 6 inch, so I need to cut this at 5 3/4. I'm going to take a 1/4 inch off each side, and then I can do 5 1/2. So I'm thinking, oh, I didn't do that right. Oh, I didn't do that right at all. I didn't measure it correctly. However, if I want this to be even, I cut off too much on the first strip because I wasn't paying attention, but still, this could have a little bit of that border around it, like that. A little bit of the red showing, so that'll be cute. Anyway, as I was saying, Christmas Eve is important too, and we do a lot, and I think if I have room for, you know, pockets or whatever, I'm going to have to cut that off. I need to make this a little shorter. Good. So what I was thinking on this could be a pocket, and you know, photos are usually 4 by 6. They would fit in here that way, and so would the journal cards. But since I cut that off, it's a little bland at the top, but I need something to pizzazz that up a little bit, give it a little more emphasis. I know before I've made pockets with like a little cuff over the top, and that might work in this situation. I just don't want to take up too much room off the top. I'm looking at this and the dark green. Here it is. It's hard to find this because the other side is a cream color. I'm wondering about layering these two somehow. Okay, let's go with it. I said this is 5 1/4. Let me measure some out and see what I come up with. If I do this by 1.5 inches by 5 1/4. Alrighty. Let me do this in 1 3/4 just to make sure, and then 5 1/4. Alright, so I was thinking I was having this fold out over the top of here, so I need to score that. And I don't need much, so think about how much I need. I know I'm going to have to trim some of this down because it's too much. Okay, I'm doing this at 1 1/4 here. And then I'm going to trim this down. I'm realizing I need this to be a narrow sort of thing here. Like that. I like the smoothness of the fold over. Okay. I don't even have to glue this down. I like the idea that it's sticking up, so let me do that. Let me I measure that perfectly. So I want to glue this on there so that I can see part of that green there. Like that. Just a pinch of it. Okay, yes, that's what I was hoping for. Another thing I could do would be just to decal the very edge of this and then distress it again. There we go. Okay, so now I have that flap over. This will be the pocket. Make sure we're straight up and down here. Kind of like that I cut this a little too narrow because I like leaving that little red border around it. So now I have this pocket here, but I like that it has that flap right there. Kind of looks like a mailing envelope that way. And I know I have some things sliding around in here, but it won't once I put this in the page protector. These won't slide around so much. And when I fill it, this is going to be really bulky with journaling cards. I may have to take some of these out, so we'll see. Okay, now, I think it's a little busy there. Just don't know if I need this or not. Too crowded, although I could do that across the top. That's an idea. Okay, let's see. Maybe I should be thinking about my tags tab across the top. I think I still have room for this no matter what I do for that tab. So let's go ahead and do this. Alrighty, very cute. I'm glad I did that. Okay, now let's look at tabs. The tab last time was on the far left. That was the poinsettia flower. It was far left. So now we need to look toward the middle, which would be right behind this. Okay. Alrighty, what haven't we done yet? Oops, my camera got bumped. What haven't we done yet? In the beginning, I was using a lot of this. I really like it. I'm thinking of using it again. And I know that it would be floppy sitting up there like that. So what I want to do is to sandwich it around this. Or maybe something a little lighter. This is a little kind of yellowish. So I could use this one. It's not quite so... Oh yeah, I like that a lot better. So I'm going to cut a strip of this, glue this onto it, so it would be stiff when it sits up like that. So, and I need it to be about 1 1/8 or 1 1/4, somewhere in there. I'll cut this a little shorter so that the lace will stick up from it. And I'm going to glue this entire thing. Now, obviously the glue is sticking out through the areas where there's no lace on the paper. So your fingers are going to get a little gluey. me hold this for a second while it's drying. If I put this down, it will stick to the surface of my craft area. And I do want to trim. Okay, so I have the lace sticking up above that. I really like that a lot. Now, I'm going to put that there so it doesn't stick to the paper. I need my days here. 23, 24. Now this is going to be the front. This is going to be in the middle. It's nice and tall. Maybe too tall, but I have a tendency to make things really tall. And then this would go on there, but I'm also thinking, okay, this is a 3/4 inch punch. What if I were to cut out an inch punch to go around it, because it's, you know, it gets kind of lost in the right there. See how that helps it to bring it out a little bit? I also have these. Not sure if I can incorporate one of these in there with it somehow. Oh, I know. Okay, that was a 1 inch punch. What if I tried an 1.25 inch punch? Okay, whoops. Like this, and then use one of these, those little brads, to connect the two at the top. It might be still too much. I don't know. Or this way. No, I'm not thinking that's going to work. I could still use one of the brads, but I could do that. And the other thing I could have done was to put one of these on there before gluing the other side of everything, because now the this will show. So what I think I'm going to do is actually just glue it on there instead of doing this through the holes, because I don't want that to show. Oh, wait, idea. Yes. Okay, hole punch. Alrighty. Here's my thinking. I will punch a hole right here for this to go through. Come on. There. And then this side will be hidden by the number on the other side. I hope. I'm making this up as I go along, folks. And this is for this one on the other side. Okay. Yeah, we'll see how this works, huh? There. Okay, so here's the thinking, is to cover that up with this. I'm going to have to use, you know, special glue, but in the meantime, I can glue this on. Oops, that's wrong. I mean to cut one of these off. Oops, I need the 1 inch. Or, let me see if I need to use a different color this time. I have this scrap left over. Let's use that. That's what I want to glue this one on. Fresh glue. There we go. Oops. There we go. Okay, now to glue these on. Alrighty. So this one will be the front one. 23 will go here. But I need to use a special glue. I could just use the, I think the Fabri-Tac will work, because this will be touching on both sides of the metal thing, but I'm going to get myself plenty of the Fabri-Tac. If it falls off, I'll switch to the better Ultimate Adhesive. Now this is sticking out a little bit there. I'm kind of bending it right now over the prongs of that brad so that the left and right side are attaching to this lace. Alrighty, now this one, and bend it. What I could have done here, and I still might, there, I just slid it. Okay, here's what I did. I just pushed it under that brad a little bit. So I'm going to hold. There you go, and get those firmly situated. Okay, now this, I said it's going to go right in the middle, like that. I'm putting a generous amount of this on here so it goes through the lace to the paper. Let's see if I want this on there. Maybe, maybe not. I think I'll put that there and staple that in place. It makes a nice little highlight to accentuate my staple here. It's one of the little pieces I cut off of this belly band here. Waste not, want not. Well, this stapler is not going to fit in there, I know, unless I do it at an angle. That's okay. Alrighty. Oh, I like that. Okay, so now I made this really tall on purpose. Alrighty. You know what it's time for? Let's clean up so I can get my book out. Now, wasn't that magic? Don't you wish it was that easy to clean up at home? Okay, I think what I want to do too is take this little white marker and get these berries a little highlight here. And since I do have some of these skinny little stickers left, I think I will put the Merry Christmas one right across here. But it's a little, since it's gray, it ain't showing up too well. I'm just going to accentuate the bottom of it. And sometimes if you have a sticker that's just not showing up, you can take a, like this is a fine tip Sharpie. Just draw a line right underneath it, and it looks like a really good shadow. There we go. That really helps to bring that out. Oops, you know what we need? This first. Page protector. Oh my goodness. Okay, folks, that means we've got Christmas Day left, and look how that, it just sits right up there pretty above everything. That works really well. Now, it occurred to me, unless I just made a mistake, I don't always make a number 25 because I'm counting up the 24 days and to the 25th. So there might not be one. However, there is a day here that says 25th. I'll have to play around. I may need to make this one here, but you know, it says 25, but the 25 is awfully low. I would want that higher up. I might need to make one, and I'll look at the file that I have been sharing and see if that one had 25 on it or not. I like the way the tags all seem to be kind of going up like that at an angle. Oh my goodness. Okay, Christmas Day is next. Thank you so much for watching. Look at all the links down below. Make sure you subscribe and give this video a thumbs up if you are enjoying this series. Thank you so much.